everybody. I don't know if, hopefully you guys can hear me. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm having just a little bit of problem with the chat. There we go. Awesome. Yes, awesome. Everybody can hear me. Woohoo! Success! I'm always nervous when it starts broadcasting, whether it's going to go or not. Do you hear an echo? Do you hear an echo? Does somebody hear an echo? Or is that me saying it twice? Oh, that's okay. That's the chat. I'm really tired. I've had a long day. Melissa's a little slow today. Okay, there we go. This happened last time too. The chat disappears. I have to like scroll it up. I don't know. I'm probably doing something wrong. Robert's the technical guru, not me. Okay, but everybody can see and hear, and I don't have a huge shadow, just a little shadow of my head. So, let's see. It looks like people are still logging on. If you're logged on, or if you're watching and you're not logged on, if you're not signed in, you have to sign in to join the chat. So, oh, doubles, it really is echoing. Is anybody else hearing an echo? Okay, so everybody else, I'm sorry, I guess it's just that one. Sorry about that. Maybe you need to adjust something in your sound or something, I don't know. But everybody can see, right? Everybody can hear, everybody can see. So in case you guys missed it, I'm Melissa, Melissa Samuels. Yeah, that's a good idea. Sign out and then sign back in. That's a really good idea. Usually that fixes the problem. Okay. Hi, Shar. Hi, Kinsey. Let's see, I saw Christy on there and Kelly, and who else do we have on tonight? Oh, it's Shar's first. I'll take it easy on you. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little wonky. Oh, hey, Deborah! Woohoo! Oh, an Angel! Hi, Angel! And Carol! And Barbara! Oma? I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. In Canada, what's the weather like in Canada? Is it still cold up there? Oh, and Mermaid. Oh my God, it's snowing. Where's it snowing? So it's cold but sunny in Canada. Oh my gosh. Kinsey is in Louisiana and it's 80. I'm gonna take a trip to Louisiana. Oh wait, no, 70's in Georgia. That might even be better. I don't know what, it was really, actually, you know what, it was really warm here today, but it was really windy. I opened up the window and like everything was blowing across the room. So I got my tea. Does everybody have their beverage? I'm in Virginia. I'm here in Virginia. You can probably tell the accent, right? Yeah, Virginia's nice because we have the beaches and we have the mountains and we have everything. It's the best of both worlds. Kelly said, yeah, Kelly's here too with me in Virginia. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh my God, Dancing with the Stars comes on tonight? Oh God. gosh, you guys are so nice to like tune in and watch Dancing with the Stars. That's too funny. I was just telling my husband at dinner, I said, I wonder if Dancing with the Stars is coming back on yet, because I'd seen a commercial for it, because the kids love it. Maddie absolutely loves, she likes to dance along, which is really funny. So you guys are multitasking tonight, huh? Wow, we might have to move the show time or something. It's... Oh, hey Kelly, Bob's project is coming along great. Tomorrow I'll have pictures up on the blog. For anybody who's not on Facebook and hasn't been following, Robert's working on a theater for the girls, and he actually he came up with the idea, he designed it, and I helped him cover it with the paper we're using, the graphic 45 curtain call, and it turned out really nice. The girls have they've had a wonderful time playing with it, and tomorrow I'm going to put it up on the blog. But he did a great job. He's so funny because he's really creative at, you know, particularly the like building, and you know, he's good at the, well, he's an engineer, so he's good at that part of it, and then I take over when it's time to decorate. Yeah, the curtain call papers are awesome, and we thought it was fitting for that project, so. But yeah, that'll be on the blog tomorrow, along with I didn't bring it up. My friend Nikki from the UK, I don't know if she's watching or not. She sent me the most incredible box of goodies I've ever seen. She made me the most gorgeous mini album. Oh my god, it's beautiful. And she made me a necklace and a doll, and it was full of all kinds of little goodies like lace and hardware, and oh my god, it's so amazing. I took pictures of everything as I was opening it, and that's going to go up in the blog too, so everybody can look at it. Oh yeah, Deborah, come on over and play. I could just see you playing with the kids, with the puppets. I could see you and Maddie putting on the puppet show. Come on over, girl. Alright, well, it still looks like a few people are logging on. So again, if you didn't catch that in the beginning, if you're watching and you're not logged in, you have to log in to join the chat. You can still watch, but to actually be able to join the chat, you have to log in. Yeah, Deborah, you're definitely Maddie's buddy. Okay, so should I show you what we're making tonight? Alright, let me get my tea out of the way. Oh, and I've got my candy bar up here, my Lindt chocolate. Robert gave me this for Valentine's Day because I love Lindt chocolate. But I because we don't buy candy a whole lot, I kind of hoard it and eat a little bit at a time. And I hadn't eaten a whole lot of it because we've been eating other things that we probably shouldn't. But he's gotten on this diet kick. Yeah, Lindt chocolate's amazing. It's Swiss chocolate. But he's on this diet kick. It started yesterday where we can't like eat carbs. So I have this upstairs because maybe he doesn't have to eat carbs. But I'm going to save this for later when I do. Yeah, it's really good chocolate. It's my favorite, and I love dark chocolate, and so I was glad I saved it because I didn't have any carbs today. So, and I worked all day long, and I needed carbs. Hi, Lynn. Oh, Lynn, you feeling better? Hi, Nikki. Is that my Nikki in UK? I don't know. I think he's thinking of the South Beach diet, but I'm just, you know, I don't know. Yay, Nikki's on. I was just telling everybody, I don't know if you heard me, I was telling everybody about the fantastic box that you sent, and I'm going to put it up on the blog tomorrow. I hope you don't mind. But, oh my God, it was so amazing. You are just the sweetest. Hugs, hugs to Nikki. Yes, see, and chocolate, dark chocolate. See, they're still talking about the carbs. See, dark chocolate is good for you. It's good for your heart. It's full of antioxidants. You need it. You should eat it every day. Right? Help me out here. Yes, I love chocolate. It's right up there with scrapbooking. It really is. All right, you girls, and and guys, there may be some guys out there too. This is what we're gonna make tonight. Isn't this awesome? I have to say. Here's the back of it, because you couldn't really see on the blog the back of it, but it's really neat. Open it up for you. Cool, right? That's good. I was worried you wouldn't be able to see the whole thing on the table, but that's perfect. Awesome. And it's got a little pocket down here, all kinds of goodies. And the little journaling pad over here. We're gonna have fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. So I will show you what's in the kit. So what came in the kit. Excuse me. This is what the instructions look like. This, or the front page of it. If you bought the kit, that's got all the measurements in it, so you have to refer to that. Everybody got the PDF, but if you purchase the written instructions, those should have been in your box. And so I'm going to put those over there. And then this, I hand dyed this with Glimmer Mist. This was white seam binding. Isn't it pretty? It turned out so nice. Okay, so you get like 1.5 yards, I think, of that. 2 yards of the jute. These tickets, aren't these awesome? I love these. These are nice to journal on. Yes, well, actually, the kit is sold out. I don't have any left, but I have everything except these crazy journaling cards. They're putting a monkey wrench in things. But I'm going to get some. They should be in about a week, maybe 1.5 weeks. So there should be a whole other batch of kits. So, and for anybody who's curious, because I've gotten a fair amount of questions this week about the USTREAM. Excuse me. As long as a kit is in stock, you can buy it. It doesn't matter how old the show is, because the recordings are always, they're archived up there for you to watch whenever. I have no plans of taking them down, so it's there for you to watch. So as long as it's in stock, you can buy it. And so occasionally, if it's not in stock, if you email me, I'll figure it out for you. So, all right, so you get all these, you get these journaling cards. Yours don't have holes in them. These are Marion's. And let's see, I have to remember to look at the chat. And here's the portfolio that comes in there. This is so neat. Oh, I'm so excited. I have something to, after we make this, I have something so awesome to show you about what you can do with it. So somebody help me remember, because you know how I am. So this is the portfolio. Isn't this cool? And I like it because it's got these little like score lines right here, so you can like make it whatever size you want. It's really neat. And here too, and so awesome. Awesome, awesome. 7 gypsies. We love them. Okay, so then here's the ribbon ruler that comes in the kit. You got a whole pack of these little goodies. You got some sequins waste. We're going to use it as a stencil tonight. And you got some chalk ink. You got some rub and buff. Everybody's been asking me, what's rub and buff? Well, now tonight we're gonna find out. Okay, and then you got a whole bag of hardware. Let's see what all's in here. We got some mesh, and that's self-adhesive, and a book plate. I'm almost afraid. You know how I am. I lose things. I'm almost afraid to dump it all out. Maybe I'll like put it back in as I show you. So everybody got a different book plate. Some are oval, some were more like rectangular, and they're all different colors, but they're all equally awesome. And you got one of these drop style, I think they're called drop style spirals, 7 gypsies, a hinge clip, some photo turns, a key, some of these wide eyelets. And they are called wide eyelets. They used to be called extra large eyelets, but now you can't. You have to search for them. You have to call them wide eyelets. Really crazy. Okay, so here's the 2 brads that go with the book plate. And these are little snap fasteners. I don't know if you guys can see that. And 3 little mini pins. So that's the hardware that comes in the kit. I'm going to put it all back in there so I don't lose it, because you know how I am. I won't be able to find it later. And let's see. You get the whole, this is the 7 Gypsies. Let me turn it around. It's upside down. You get the whole collection of the 7 Gypsies Lil paper. So there's like 6 double-sided sheets in here. So they're really, really pretty. Ooh, I like the clapping. Everybody likes the papers. 7 Gypsies is amazing. I just love their stuff. Oh, and does anybody follow 7 Gypsies on Facebook? Because they posted my book. Made me happy. And I've been up here all day long packing orders, and you know I'm allergic to the carpet, so I got a little bit of a cough going on, but it's nothing contagious, I swear. Oh, and then also, FYI, in your kit you got a, oh, thanks, yay. I'm sorry, I keep looking at the chat. You get this like really thick piece of cardstock, chipboard. I put that in there to keep your paper from getting bent, but it's the same chipboard that I sell in my shop that you use for mini albums. It's acid free, it's good chipboard, so don't throw that away. Yep, so alright, so let me get some of this stuff out of the way and we can get started. Get my stuff organized here also. I'll put the book here so we can kind of see it. Sorry about the annoying cough. Oof. I need to go to the drugstore and get another inhaler, but I just haven't had time. Yes, Deborah is my fellow hoarder. We're hoarders together. We hoard scrapbook supplies. Yeah, oh, that reminds me. So I think I'm going to start doing a giveaway. Speaking of hoarding, I think I'm going to start doing a giveaway on the blog. If you guys, you tell me if you think this is a good idea. So my husband's been telling me for a really long time that one of my biggest problems is I save everything, particularly the little scraps when I'm, and some of them aren't so little, I mean, you know, but whenever I'm working on a project, I always keep the scraps because I think I'm going to use them for something, but most of the time I never do. So there's a lot of scraps left over when I do these projects, so I'm thinking maybe like every 2 weeks or something, I'll just save up all the scraps and any other thing that I'm working on too, and I'll just give them away because they're good. There's nothing wrong with them. They're good scraps, but I'm getting kind of messy and I need to get rid of some stuff. So that way maybe somebody else might need some scraps and then my husband won't say you're saving things that you shouldn't. So oh, Deborah's pick me, the other Deborah. Okay, alright, so here's our book. We'll leave that out, I know. And so the first thing that we're going to do, the easiest thing, because this will help us with saving our paper so that our paper gets cut right, is start with the little flap that goes around to the front cover. That's funny. They need more stuff to hoard. 7 Gypsies. I think it's just the number 7. Does anybody, maybe if, let me make it so you can put up the link. If anybody, if anybody has the link, you can put it up. Here, let me allow the links. So if anybody knows the link to 7 Gypsies Facebook page, because I'm afraid to mess with anything while I'm on here because I don't want the recording to mess up, because if there's a way to mess it up, I will. Okay. Oh, and while I'm at it, here, I'll put the link up for me. Ha ha ha. if anybody wants to look at what's in the shop. At the end, I'll show you some of the cool stuff that came in today. It's not in the shop yet, but it's going to be there. Okay. So the first paper that we need is Life is Good. Let's see. There we go. We need this one. And it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to open this up just so you can see it a little bit better. So it's kind of hard to see, but there's several layers on here. So I'm going to start, just because I need to cut my paper, I'm going to start with the top layer and cut this piece that goes on the top. So it's not actually the piece that's covering the book, it's the piece that's going to go on the top of that. So I'm going to go off, I got my paper trimmer over here. I'm not going to say it's in the floor, but it's pretty close. Alright, so I'm going to cut the strip off. And I keep thinking I should probably cut the paper beforehand, but... Okay, so here's the little cut. Looks like this. So this piece. And then the larger measurement, we're going to cut, we want this end, so we're cutting this off. Okay, so it looks like that. So that's going to be the top piece, and of course, the corners get rounded, and I didn't bring my corner rounder up, of course. Excuse me. Alright, so that'll give us that piece. And then the bottom piece, let's see. Alright, so this using the same paper, we're going to cover the flap with the back of it. So I'm going to get my handy dandy score tape. Oh, sorry, I should look up, right? Let's see. Oh, that must be Ann. Okay. Take care, Ann. Drive safe. That was nice of Ann to pop in. She said she was busy and wasn't going to make it. Oops. Okay. Alright, so I'm just score taping this on, and I'm trying to get to as close to the edge as I possibly can, because if you have any, I'm going to pull this back a little bit. If you have any paper coming up, it's always going to be on the edges. That's why I always like the score tape, because it'll definitely prevent that from happening. It's not going anywhere once you put score tape on it. So I'm just going to really put a good layer of it on here. And any kind of other, if you have another adhesive that you like to work with, that's fine. I mean, I don't care. I just like score tape. But anything, glossy accents would probably work well too. The finish on this book is kind of slick, so you do want to use a really good permanent adhesive, because something just may not stick to it. Okay. So make sure that you got, this is upright, and then with your writing upright, you want to line it up. Make sure you guys can see. I gotta stand up for this part. Okay, so just line it up against that edge, just like that, and tape it down. Alright, so then I'm just going to flip it over and cut it out. See how easy? And if you prefer using I gotta turn my scissors around. If you prefer using an X-Acto knife, you can do that. Whatever's easiest for you. Let me get my other, do the reach here. Let me get my other scissors. I'm terrible about using my scissors for cutting wire. So then they get, here, whoops, I realize I'm off the camera here. And then they get a little dull. So, okay. So I'm pretty happy with that the way it is. If you wanted to, like, if you felt like it was hanging over a little bit much or something, you can sand if you want to. If you have a sanding block, but I'm not real picky. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. We want it to look a little bit grungy, right? Okay, so that's that's a start. And then I'm going to get out my Distress ink. I'm using my blending tool and foam. Here's the blending tool. Here's the foam part that goes on there. Remember, I always tell you guys that the foam is for distress ink, and the felt that goes on here is the same tool, but the felt is for alcohol ink. And then I'm just going to ink it up a little bit. And I'm using walnut stain. You could use vintage photo too, or probably antique linen will look good too. I think I may have to go get my corner rounder though, and bring my corner rounder up. I was trying so hard to make sure I brought everything. Alright, so that's easy, right? Okay. And then I think I'm going to do this part so that I don't have to run downstairs right now. So I'm going to do the front cover here. And that's using the same paper, and the measurements are in the handout for you. So I went through all that, and I still think I'm going to have to go get the corner rounder actually. Because this one needs a corner rounder too. Alright, you guys. Y'all chat among yourselves. I will be right back. I'm going to go get my corner rounder. See, that was quick, right? Is everybody still there? Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. Now that I got my corner rounder, I'm going to round the corners. I'm going to use the 1/2 inch. And if you want to, you can ink it. I'm not going to bother, but you could if you wanted to. You could just ink it up a little bit. Okay, so then this, I'm going to just line this side up with the edge here. It doesn't get centered or anything. Excuse me, my goodness. So it just goes straight down on the top of that first one. And then there you go. And then we'll put the mesh on top of that. That looks a little crooked. And there's plenty of mesh in your kit, so. And it's self-adhesive, so you can just put it down. You don't have to glue it or anything like that. We like that, right? Cuteness. Okay, so then we've got our little ribbon ruler. So we're doing all these nice little layers, right? So then we're going to do the ribbon ruler. I'm going to cover the entire thing. So I'm going to start at the top and go all the way down, because like we've got this little mat here. And I didn't take the mesh. I don't know if you can see. But sorry, let's check and make sure I wasn't missing anything in the chat. I just took it you know, across the mat. So I didn't take it all the way down, but the ribbon ruler I'm going to go all the way down. And I think I'm okay with a 1/2 inch. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I'll be fine with a 1/2 inch. So I just want to try and, I'm aiming for the middle this way. And I'm hoping for somewhat of a straight line. Actually, I'm going to follow the lines of the mesh. There we go. And the nice thing about score tape is you can rip it. You don't have to cut it. And then, like, I've got this edge down here. I'll show you, like, if you don't rip it straight, just fold that, the little bit that's hanging over, just fold it back up. Can you guys see okay? I feel like I'm working on, like, under the camera, right? Okay. I'm just going to put this here. Cute. And this one I inked a lot more, so you can, you know, however you want to do it. If you want to ink it a lot, you can, or if not as much, that's okay too. Okay. Okay, so then we need to get our hardware and we get to do the fun, cool stuff, which is using the rub and buff. So you need your book plate, and it comes with 2 brads. They're down in there. Come on. I see you. Okay. So, rub and buff, let me see if I can, here we go. Here's a container of it. It comes in all these different colors. I have like pewter and, let's see, patina and Spanish copper. It comes in all these different colors. This is what it looks like. But it's a wax metallic finish, and it's made for like, you know, like picture framers. You know how they gild the frames with it? That's what this is for. But you can use it on metal, paper, you can use it on just about anything. The only word of caution is a little goes a long ways. So if you put a bunch on your finger and you've got all these little grooves in here, it's gonna like clump up down in there. So you want to just start with just a tiny little bit, because you can always add a little bit more. And cause see how a little goes a long ways? And just rub it in. Rub and buff. Just like that. I just love this stuff. I think it's so neat. Yeah. And this way, if we want to, we can color coordinate all of our hardware in the kit. If we want to, although I like all the different finishes together. I like the brass and the copper and all the different, and I'm going to go ahead and do the brads. You don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and do mine. Alright, so that, and it will get you high, so I have the window open. Alright, I'm going to grab a paper towel. So it does leave your finger looking like that. That's the only downside. Alright, but don't worry about cleaning up too much, because we're going to use some more. Okay. Let's reach across here and get my tool. Okay, so then you just decide on where you want your little book plate to be. And let me find my pen. So we can just put it on there and mark it. But we've got to put the backing on there. So we're just marking it. Line it up the way we want it. And that's where our holes are going to be. And then we're going to look in the pack of these little goodies here. There's like 15 pieces in here. So there's tons of stuff. I use Gypsy Girl, but you can use whatever you want. And I'm just going to line that up. Whoops. See, I'm real exact, right? Did you see that? Did you see how I measure? Okay, so nobody's going to see the back side, so it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Okay, and I'm just going to use a little bit of score tape. I've gotten all my tools hidden back there. So I'm just going to put a little score tape on here. That's the nice thing about score tape too, is it'll stick to metal or just about anything. But if you have any kind of metal glue, that's good too. Like Quick Grip would be good for this. Alright, so then I've got my holes over here. You could probably use a crocodile for this. I'm going to use a paper piercer. But any way, you know, just make a hole any way you can. And just to give it a little added oomph, I'm going to put some more score tape on the back here just before I tape it down, just because we don't want it to go anywhere. Okay, so now you just want to be careful that when you line it up that you match up your holes so that you don't have to go back and re-punch. And then I'm going to put my brads through. The hardest part is working underneath the camera. Everything else is a breeze. Oops. I'm going to make sure I get that punched out good. I'm going to break my brad. Come on. Doesn't want to go through there for some reason. And it doesn't matter that we've got the brad showing on the back because we're going to cover that up later. So don't worry about that. Okay. And now let's start. See how cool that looks? See how easy that was? Okay, so then we're going to do this part on the inside here. Grab a book here. Okay, so we need to cut our pieces. The first thing that we want to do is cut this. Can you guys see this? This crazy looking guy right here. We're going to cut him off, and the measurement is in your handout on where to cut that off. But save that because we're going to use that later in the book. We're going to punch it and use it on the inside here. So don't throw it away. So it's just a small measurement you're cutting off. Okay, so we're cutting him off, but we're going to save that for later. Okay, so we're cutting that piece. Looks like that. That's the next smaller measurement. Okay, so that one looks like that, and we want to round the corners. I should probably cut these beforehand, right? Or, I don't know, maybe you guys are cutting it too. You guys are probably cutting it. Alright, so that's the top layer. So the next paper that we're going to cut is Life is Good. So we're going to go back to that very first paper that we cut. Alright, so we got that. And then we have to fold our book up because remember I was telling you earlier you got these score lines in there, so fold it up to the first score line. Alright, so that's the, let's see. That's our first layer. That's going to go right up against the edge like that. And then our second layer. Okay, I think that the paper trimmer's in the, it's pretty much on the floor. Okay, so let me, okay, so you guys, that's what I would probably do too. If I were doing it, I would probably watch the recording and then go back and do it. That's why I was wondering if maybe I should go ahead and cut the papers from now on because it's much quicker. Hopefully you guys don't get as bored easily watching me cut paper. That's pretty boring, right? Oh, Christy, I forgot to tell you, I got my magazines. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I ordered some magazines from Christy. She has a Etsy shop. So I can't wait to actually read them. Oh, this is too funny. You know what? I corner chomped the wrong side. That's alright. I'm going to chomp this one too and then it won't matter. And I lined it all the way up against the edge. This edge here on the left. And then ink. Or actually, I'm going to ink this one heavier than that. That's too funny. Sometimes I start looking at the chat and then I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I'm gonna corner around this one too to match, but the sample's different. Let me show you. In the sample here, I left this edge, excuse me, squared and then rounded that one, but you know what I always say anyway. I don't like making two just alike, so. Oh, let me put my top on my ink there. And if you have a tape runner, for this part here, you know, putting it on top of the paper, it doesn't really, like tape runner would be fine. The score tape's really nice on that slick surface, but I always put a ton of adhesive because I'm always worried. I mean, I always feel like when I make stuff, I want it to last. I want my grandkids to be able to look at it. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up. Oh, I hear thunder. Can you guys hear the thunder? So I'm just going to put a little bit more ink on there. And oops, actually let me do the edges a little bit more too. I want it a little inky around the edges there. Okay. So that's pretty neat. And then you can put any of those little cards that you had, you can put on there. I like the girl. This is the one I used on the sample. And you kind of, when you put it on there, kind of take into consideration what it's going to be like closed, so that you will be able to see, you know, be able to see it after it's closed. Because if you put it too far over. So, do I want to go with the same one or do I want to be different? I really like that one a lot. This one's kind of nice too. I really like that one. That one I think I'm going to stick with that one. We could do Gypsy Luck. Oh, let's do that. Let's do Gypsy Luck on the front. Huh. I may ink it a little bit before I put it on there. Just a little bit in case it has any white edges on the paper there. Alright, so I think that will look good. Make sure it's gonna ooh, I like that. That's neat. I keep getting those stupid ads that pop up at the bottom of the screen. It's driving me crazy. Okay, so then take this back off. Then we're gonna put the all these little tags on. the back side. And I put one, let me get my bone folder out. Well, it was there a second ago. Alright, so I put this one here on the spine. I really like that. So I think the best way to do that, because it's going to bend, so we want to put, let's figure out how long it is. Put some adhesive here where we want it. And when you have folds in your paper like this, and you have, you know, you're trying to cover a fold with paper, if you score it, it'll help prevent, because sometimes you get buckling when it when it opens and closes. But if you just score it with your bone folder like that, that'll help minimize any buckling from when it opens and closes. You won't get nearly as much buckling there. Okay, so just like that. What was Kinsey saying? If you fold the left side up to make room for the inserts. Now, the left side I folded up, but the right side I'm just leaving that flat. I'm not folding that up. So just leave that flat. Hopefully that answered the question. Okay. So then you can just, you know, randomly wherever you want to put these, because you have a ton of them, so you don't have to, like, here's the way I did mine, but I mean, you know, you can do it however you want. And that's the only one I'm going to put on the spine there, so the rest of them I'll just put adhesive on the back of them and just tape them down. Wow, I hear the thunder. Can you guys hear the thunder? Gosh, it feels good. It was actually pretty hot in here earlier. Now it's starting to cool off. I have the window open. I like the pow in the chat. That's funny. I get amused easily, right? Alright, so here's another one. Nobody answer that. Let's see. I think this is spaced out a little bit different than the other one. Oh, wait, no. Okay, I like that. Looks pretty straight there. Okay. And then, let's see. I thought this was kind of neat because I thought it made it look like a little, like a travel suitcase or something. Okay. Alright, so now the next thing I'm going to do is ink. This surface, you know, the finish on the portfolio, it's a little bit slick, so you have two options. You can either sand to get the adhesive to, not the adhesive, to ink, to get the ink to stick to it better, because we're going to be using the distress ink. You can either sand it to rough it up a little bit, or you can just heat set it. I'm just going to heat set it. So just use your ink to ink the whole thing up. Ooh, actually, you know, I got the swirlies of the sander in there. That's really neat. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do, I like that. It's gonna look like a banged up suitcase. This is like a really super coarse sander. I stole it from my husband's woodworking stuff, so it's pretty coarse. That's kind of neat. Oh yeah, you have to remember not to stick your fingers in it like I just did, because before it dries, the distress ink on this slick surface, it'll leave your fingerprints in it, but it's not a big deal because you can just rub them right out. But that's just something to keep in mind. So ink the whole thing up. Gosh, I'm really loving the sanding marks. That's really neat. Okay, now I'm just going to heat set it with my heat tool. And I'm going to try not to melt my chocolate. Alright, so now I can look at the chat while that's going. Yeah, don't want anything to happen to the chocolate. But that'll keep that ink on there. Okay. And then the next thing that we're going to do, so we're creating all these layers. That's what makes it look really neat. Oh, all the insides of the sample fell out there. So we're going to use our chalk ink. So in your kit, you have this yellow cadmium chalk ink. Little cat's eye. And we're going to use the sequence waste I was telling you earlier that we were going to, whoops. Oh, there goes the heat tool. We're going to use this as a stencil. So you want to make sure that you hold it really flat, because if it, you know, if you don't get good contact, the ink will go underneath, so you know, you won't get good clean circles. You don't want to rub it across. You really want to like stamp the ink. Yeah, I know. Deborah says it's pouring here. It is here too. I can hear the cars going by. Okay, so you just want to randomly stamp the ink, just like that. So see, you get these that cool little pattern. It looks like a snake skin or something. Isn't that neat? Well, I think, well, it's sequins waste, so that tells me that's like the leftover when they cut the sequins out. But I'm not exactly sure where to get this, because I got it from someone that she didn't tell me where she had gotten it from, so I'm not sure how to get more, if that makes sense. But I'll have to work on that. So just randomly, wherever you want a few circles. But just the key is to stamp, not to rub, because if you rub, it's going to smear everywhere. And then again, if you want to, because let me do a little bit on the front too. I love that effect. Okay, so then I'm going to get my heat tool out. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to heat set it so that I don't smear it or anything. Because that was a nice juicy one. But the sequin waist, that's in your kit too, so. Okay. Alright, gotta have some tea. Tea break. Okay. Alright, so we've got the front and back pretty much done. So now we can start doing the inside. And we want to find that little strip. That's the first thing that we need to do, is find that strip that we cut off. We're going to be punching that. So I'm going to flip that over. And I want to check and make sure nobody has any questions in the chat. So I'll show that while I get a little sip of tea. Okay. I am using the postage stamp Fisker's punch. I think I have those. I think there's some in the shop. But any kind of whatever punch you have will work just fine. So it doesn't have to be the postage stamp. So whatever you have. The proper way to punch is put your paper in the middle, and you always cut paper in half or 1 inch measurements and start in the middle and work your way out. But because I'm not very good at doing that, because this is a really long piece and I don't want to mess it up, I'm just going to punch the whole thing and then go back and cut it to the size I need. I think it stopped raining. Whoops, I skipped a section there. It sounds like it stopped raining here. I don't know. That's probably enough, but I'm going to cut one more. Okay. I'll take it over here to my paper trimmer. Okay, so this is going to be the strip that goes on the inside here like that. So I'm going to ink it up a little bit before I put it on. So I cut it to the right size. Yep. Are you all talking about hoarding paper? Oh, women after my own heart. I hoard all scrapbooking supplies, but I think I'm probably the worst about paper. I just have a really hard time letting go of the paper. And if you didn't want to put the strip on there, you don't have to. You could put ribbon or lace or something like that, or you know, any, like, I don't know, any kind of trim would be fine, because it is a little fragile because of the little cutouts. So let your conscience be your guide. So that's the first thing that we're going to put on, and I'm just going to put, let's see, you have to watch me. I'm going to turn it upside down if I'm not careful. I'm going to put a layer of score tape down right as close to the edge as I can get. And make sure you cover up that brad with score tape to hold that paper in place. And then, let's see. I think the easiest way to do this is turn it that way and then put this over top of it where we want it. Get my chair out of the way. I'm going to have to pull it to the edge so I can get to it. Ah! I'm afraid I'm going to hit my head on the camera. Okay, awesome. Alright, so then, let me find the next piece of paper for us. We're going to cover up the inside. My husband's working on another, he's working on another studio for me because, you know, 2 is totally not enough. So maybe next week I'll have a little bit more space. And I won't have to work on my packing table. Okay, so then this is the piece that we're going to be using. It's Abundance. And we're going to be cutting this part off here at the bottom. So it looks like that. And we're going to save this piece. That's going to go on the flap, so don't let that get too far away. Okay, so remember I was telling you earlier, let me open this up. The best way to do this when you have sections like this is score your paper. So we're going to go one section at a time. And this covers up the whole thing. Actually, you know what? I think I need to cut just a sliver off. Okay, just want to make sure it's not overlapping, then I'll have to cut the whole thing when I get it on there. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to put my score tape on here like nobody's business. And again, make sure you cover up the brads with the score tape. That'll stick the paper down. Let's see. I want one more line of it. And I'm going to turn it this way. And tape that down, and then you can either fold it over or bone fold it, or, you know, just so long as you get a score line going. That'll help minimize any buckling, because you do kind of have to be careful when you put it down, because it will buckle on you. Okay, so I'm going to go around that. And now I'm doing the middle section. And make sure you open up your flaps when you're doing this. And I just put the score tape right over everything. I'll knock out my holes once I cover it up. How everybody's doing on the chat? I keep forgetting to look up. I'm getting into this. Define silver? No, score tape unfortunately does not come with the kit. That's like adhesives and obviously the tools don't come in the kit, but You get all the product usually that you need. You do get the ink and the rub and buff and but I do sell the score tape. And again, this is one of those projects where glossy accents would work well too. So I mean, if you don't have score tape, I think you'd be fine. See, I was talking, I forgot to get the glue out of the hole. I meant to like punch that out of there before I put it in place, but it'll be fine. And then I'm gonna fold the next score line there, fold it over, put some score tape down. I love these portfolios. They're so much fun. And I actually just got some more in today, and they come in 2-packs, and they also come in black, not just the, these are called naked ones here, the ones that come in the kit. And I'm just putting some on the end of this so I don't have to measure to figure out where I need tape at. So when you say Fabri-Tac, yeah, I like Fabri-Tac too. I use that a lot. Alright. So then the next part, we're just going to get the other paper here. You probably can't even see it because it's covered up, but I'll show it to you. I'll get that, and then we'll just cover that up. And you're going to have to measure. You know this length is the same as the other cut. And let me see. It's the paper that has the gold edge on it. Let's see if I can find it in my kit. Oh, it's the leftover. Oh, here it is, that one. Okay, so I use the top of this, and I'm gonna corner round it. You can corner round it either after you put it on or before. I think the half round is the right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so then let me cut this. And let's see. So you just need to measure maybe just slightly longer because depending on where you started your paper at, you may get a slightly different measurement there at the end. So that's the nice thing about the corner chomper. If you put it on there, you can corner round it afterwards too, because it'll chomp through chipboard. And if they're not exactly perfectly even, you can, I mean, if you're, if you really want to, you can trim it up. Mine looks like it's probably off by a hair. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to go back with Distress ink, and I'll be able to trick the eye into thinking that it's even. I like it to look kind of grungy, and I don't want it to be too perfect. Okay, so I'm going to turn it this way to put it down, just because it's easier for me to see. Alright, so then I'm going to go back. The inside doesn't have that same slick finish that we had on the outside, so it'll ink a whole lot better than the outside wanted to ink. You know, we won't have to work nearly as hard. But I'm going to ink the whole thing. See how pretty that is? And see if you've got a little bit of paper showing there, or not paper, but the book, the chipboard part. It won't matter, because once you ink it, you won't be able to tell at all. Okay, so that looks good. I like that. And so now we're going to do the flaps. Remember that piece I told you to save? We're going to, I'm going to have to cut that tear strip off, and we're going to cover that flap with that. And I'm just to make it easier to handle, I just like rough cut it. But I'm going to do this the same way that I did the outside, that flap. I'm just going to cover it in score tape. And then I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to cut it out, just like I did the flap. And again, with the score tape, you want to get as close to that edge as you can, because you don't want it peeling up on you. Okay, so then I'm just going to line the bottom up. Just like that, and then I'm going to flip it over and cut it out with my scissors. Hopefully this is my sharp ones. I know I'm off the table, sorry. Okay, here we go. I'm back. So I just cut it, and then I'm trimming up the corners here. And if you need to sand, you can. But you know what I told you in the beginning. Probably not me. If it were a chipboard book, I would, but I'm happy with this. This looks fine to me. And then I'm just going to ink it up. And make sure, if you want to ink it, make sure you ink it before you glue it shut, or we're going to tape it shut. Oh, that's actually a little bit more crooked than I would like. We're going to tape it shut to make a pocket, so make sure you ink it before you tape it shut. Okay. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder because we're going to want it to close. I just want to smooth it down just to... So that's going to be our pocket. So I'm just going to put a strip of score tape, or actually, you know what? I have the glossy accents right here. The only thing is you want to stay as close to the edge as you possibly can with this, because this pocket isn't huge to begin with. And if you put your adhesive too far over, it's going to make your pocket even smaller. So you want to try and stay as close to the edge as you can and still be able to get plenty of adhesive on there. And mine is clogged, of course. So I'm just going to put a really thin bead of it right up against the edge. And I always try and wipe my tip off because that seems to help minimize the amount of problems with the top clogging. And if you're using the glossy accents, just make sure you wipe it off if it oozes out, because if it oozes out and you don't wipe it off, it's going to be glossy wherever it oozes at, because it's also used to add dimension. So just keep that in mind. And I'm just going to hold it in place for a second. And actually, for this, because I used, let me put a little bit more. I used the 1/8 inch to start with, and it didn't hold as well because it was just such a thin bead of adhesive. So I really think the glossy accents for this is probably a little bit better. Just hold it in place just so it dries. And I think I pulled a little bit of it up, but that does not bother me at all. That's going to make it look even neater when I ink it. Cool. Okay, so that's our little pocket. So just to show you, see, now we have the pocket going. So how cool is that? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing to cover the top flap. And let me see. I think I used whatever was left over. I think I used this. I think, or I don't know, it may have been something else, but that's perfectly fine with me. I think I actually cut into I think it was this paper here. I think I cut the edge. That'll be what's in the instructions, but I don't want to cut into a whole other sheet of paper, so I'm just going to use a scrap. Alright, so then, let's see, let's make sure it's right side up, right? We want our writing right side up. And I'm just going to open it up like this and just put it in place, line it up. Can you guys see what I'm doing okay? Make sure you can see. So just line it up. That scrap fit perfectly. And then I'm going to flip it over and cut it out. Snip my corners. good. It's coming together, isn't it? And this one, I didn't actually, you know, I thought about making like a little accordion pull-out something right underneath there, but I didn't really, I just ended up covering it. Let me cover up my ink. Do that edge. I just ended up covering it with a piece of paper that says the keepsake. That's on the beautiful paper. I'll get that in a second, but you could definitely play around with it and do an accordion something or another. Or I kind of, you know, when I do the same classes in person as I do for USTREAM, and in person they're 3-hour workshops, so I kind of, you know, can't do but so many tricks. Okay, so here's the paper with the keepsake on it. So I'm just gonna measure that. I'm gonna measure the width and cut my paper. I know the measurements are in the handout, so. Okay. I'm just trying to do the same thing. Just using my score tape. I'm so excited about, you guys will make sure you have to read the blog tomorrow. I'm going to put up all the stuff Nikki gave me. I'm just like, I'm so excited about the album. It's so beautiful. It had to have taken a long time to, she made the little charms that go on the side of it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Alright, so I'm just going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to line this up and then flip it over and turn it around. And then after I do this, we get to do the little journaling pad over on the side. That's a lot of fun. So. You can hear the wind blowing again outside. I've got the window open. The weather has been so funny here because it's been really, really cold. I mean, it kind of felt more like winter than spring. And then it just suddenly got really, really hot. Like it was, I think, was it yesterday? It was 80 degrees or something crazy, or maybe the day before yesterday. I don't know. It all blends together. But crazy weather. Which I guess is why we're having a thunderstorm. Okay, there we go. Cute, right? So I'm just going to get my bone folder just because it's a little stiff. You want it to close really well. So, coming along, coming along. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is our little pad. It looks, I was racking my brain how to put this in here without messing up the front cover, and I figured it out. I was so proud of myself. Okay, so we want to get our little journaling cards out, and you can put them in whatever order that you want to put them in. You should have 6 of them in your kit. And mine are already cut because Marion cut the holes for me. And this one, I used that one on the front of that one, but I think I'm going to use this one on this one because I really like the bird cage and the wings. That's pretty cool. So just whatever order. And you know, you have, like, you could write on the back of them, I think. So if you wanted to flip some one way and one the other way. But whatever looks good to you. Let's see. I'm going to do mine like that. And then you're going to need your crocodile. So you have to punch your holes. Oh, and let me tell you, mine's broken, but I'll give you a quick little tutorial on this. There's a little, oh no, wait, mine, oh wait, the one on the other side fell off. Okay, so for setting eyelets, you have a hole punch. You have to punch your hole first, right? So there's a hole punch on the top and a hole punch on the bottom. A lot of times people think the middle part is for hole punching, but it's not. It's up here. Can you guys see that okay? And then there's this little thing. You unscrew it and it slides back and forth. This little thing. That sets your depth. So if you're doing like a mini album and you want all of your holes along the side to be a certain depth, usually for me I usually pick a 1/2 inch. So a 1/2 inch is right there and you screw it into place. Just like that. So then when you go to put the paper in, it goes in at a 1/2 inch. So all your holes are at the same depth. So just a little FYI. So then there's a big hole. Let me see if I can get some scrap paper. So you've got a big hole on this side, and then if you flip it around, you got a little hole on that side, because you can set big eyelets or little eyelets. We're going to be setting big eyelets, so if you have one of these, you want to use the big hole punch. So do your hole punch. Mine are already punched for me. And then you want to get out your big eyelets, your wide eyelets, and put them through the hole. I don't know what it is, but it seems like to me wide eyelets are like a million times easier to set than the little or regular size eyelets. But they just seem to set really easily. I've never really had much of a problem with them. So hole punch and then set your eyelet. And the measurements are in the handout to where these go. So see, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of this jute. So like my little tutorial there on the on the crocodile. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this through twice. So I want 2 layers. And this is just for decoration. We just want it to look neat. Or actually, you know what? I need to come up from the front first. So I've wrapped it around twice, and I've come back at where I started here in the front, and then I'm just going to tie a knot. And then I'm just going to trim it up a little bit. And then just to make it look neat, in that bag of hardware that you have these little mini pins. I'm just going to put one of those mini pins through the jute. Oh, it's raining again. Oh, it's pouring. Can you guys hear it? Yeah, the kit actually sold out, but they should be back in stock in about a week, maybe a week and a half at the most. But if you really want one, you can just email me and I'll put your name on the wait list so that when it does come in, you can actually get it. Or, I mean, I can make them available so you can purchase them, I guess. I can do that. They'll just be pre-order. They're not in stock. It'll take a week and a half to get them. But yeah, this was a really popular kit. So I actually did 2 orders or 2 batches of pre-order, and I still ended up selling out. But there's more on the way. But yeah, you can email me, or if, you know, probably tomorrow I'll go in and maybe do the pre-order thing again. And I'm going to put a bunch of tape on the back of this. So I'm talking, I'm not telling you what I'm doing. Okay, so instead of trying to like attach this to the book with the eyelets, which would have made holes on the front, we are just going to tape it to this front section. And I'm just going to fold it over really well so I can see where my seam is, because we don't want to put it so far over that it won't close, right? Okay, and I've put a ton of adhesive on the back page there. Oh, Lynn heard the thunder. Yeah, it's really loud. The window's open, so you guys can hear it now. It kind of sounds nice. Okay, so here's our line. And you can even, you know what I'm going to do, just so I can see it really well, is I'm just going to run the ink down here. That way, no messing up, right? I'm going to do the other side like that too, just so it matches. Okay. You don't have to do that, but it's kind of hard for me to see with the camera, so I don't want to. And that just fits perfectly in there. Okay. So then, just to make it open easily, what I did is I put my ruler here and scored the first one. And then I pull that one up. And then this just makes it so that it opens easily. And it might not be perfectly straight, but that's okay. So then, just following the line of the next one, you just score it again, score the next one. And this just makes it open a little bit nicer. So just score each page that way. There we go. Alright, and so then I wrapped some more jute around the outside. So I'm going to start here. I wrapped it twice. So and then I'm just going to tie it in a knot. Aw, you guys like my project. That makes me happy. I feel like I'm missing some good stuff in the chat because I'm working over here. Alright, so then I'm going to tie some seam binding around there. My hand-dyed seam binding. See, that's how much I love you guys. I dyed this with my own little red hands. Oh, and a little tip. With the seam binding, when you're using the glimmer mist, if you're dyeing stuff or flowers or whatever, shampoo takes it right off your hands. So, FYI. Okay. Make sure everything's closing good. And then I'm going to open it back up. And this, I just added one of those little cards. See, I like this one. And I added it with one of those drop something spirals. I don't know. Let me see. Alright, let me see what it says. It must to stack the paper pad, then punch the eyelet, or does it just go on the first piece? Okay, so with the pad, I stacked up all my paper, punched my holes for my eyelets, set my eyelets, and then I glued the whole thing to the book. Does that make sense? Yeah, Nikki likes the pink seam binding. Okay, awesome. So that, did I answer it? I know, sometimes I work off the table and I forget. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna, and you can use any one. I don't actually like the orange. Don't think I want the orange one actually. I'll use that one or the lady. I'll use the lady. I like the lady. Okay, so we'll just, and this is just to make it look neat, right? Okay, so then you've got these little drop spirals, and everybody was wanting those after the first class, and I was sold out of them, but I was able to get more, so there are some in the shop, so you just have to be the first one to get there, I guess. I don't know. That sounds terrible, right? And a lot of the stuff that I use, I try really hard to put it under the related products. So if you go to the listing for this book, if you look under related products, you'll see a lot of the stuff we use. Like, I hope, the paper pack is under there, the portfolios, the clips, the snaps that we're going to be using in a minute. So a lot of the stuff, just to make it easy, because I know once you make one, a lot of times people want to make more. So I try and make it easy for you. Alright, so if you want to, you can ink these up. See, these are going to go on the side here. Let me get my jute back out because I'm going to need that in a second. So I'm just going to ink these because I think they look really good inked. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Christy. I do have the instructions. I've just totally forgot. I've been so busy. I totally forgot to put those up there, but I will definitely do that either tonight or tomorrow. I'll put the instructions only. I'll try and make the kit available too, again, for another round of pre-orders. Because, I mean, you know, you can watch it anytime and make it, so it doesn't matter. Once the show is over, you can still do it. As long as I can get my hands on all the product, I will be happy to put it up there for you. The flap, that just has paper under that one, and this one's actually we made into a pocket, so there's nothing on the back side of that. Okay. Alright, so then there are these little snaps. Remember I was telling you at the beginning we've got those two little snaps. These are so neat. These are one of those things that you really have to see what it's used for to buy it, because it's kind of hard telling by looking at it. But what I do, you can just attach ribbon or fibers or other pieces of paper or whatever with them. They're really neat. They're I think they're called snap fasteners. So I'm going to tie a piece of jute around it. I'm just going to tie it in a knot because we like that kind of rustic look, right? Okay. Got that tied in a knot. And then I'm just going to, in the corner of this one, you just close it. Let me get under the camera so you can see. There's a little bit of a lag, so I have to sit here for a second. Sorry. Okay, so let me hold it up a little bit closer. So I'm just going to put the corner of it in there and just snap it shut. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but it just like snaps, and because it's got this little like a spiky thing. I don't know if you can see it. I'm probably making the camera blurry. Sorry. I probably got a little bit too close. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna put another one on the other one. I love these. These are so nice because you can attach anything with them. So I'm going to do this one to this side. I'm going to hold it up to the mic because I just love that snap. Isn't that neat? You know you got it in there and it worked when it snaps. Okay, so cut them off, trim them up. I'm going to try and trim these about roughly the same, so it's about right. And then I'm just going to score tape them in. Preferably right side up, right? A little bit more. Oh, the snaps are 7 gypsies. FYI. Oh, and if you're in the store shopping, along the left-hand side of the page, you can search by manufacturer, so it brings up, you know, the brands. So you can search by 7 gypsies, and there's like a drop-down menu that you have to select from, because it's like categories on the left-hand side of the page, and then underneath categories, it's manufacturers. So, because I always like to search by manufacturer, because I know, you know, there's certain manufacturers I really like. Although I like all of the ones that I carry in my store. Okay, so got that in. I think we're just about done. So got that in. This one's just slightly different. And then it closes the little thing like this. Oh, and let me put the little thing on the front. So you've got these photo turns. Those are in the shop too. These are 7 gypsies. Those are in your pack. I attached one with one of the mini pins. You could cut out a little piece of paper here and use gel medium to adhere it to there if you wanted to put something inside of it. And then I just pinned it to the book just like that. Oops. So see, neat. Alright, so then the last thing that we need to do for this book is to make, there's like a little mini book that goes on the inside that goes in the pocket here. So it goes down in there. So let me, that's just, and actually I probably don't even have to make this because I can probably just tell you. The measurements are in the handout. You may have to adjust if you put too much adhesive in your, when you put your pocket in, because it could have made your holes smaller. But all, you know, it's the same thing. Just cut your paper to the size, the measurement that is in the handout. I put one of these little things on the top of it. Punch your hole and set the eyelet. And then I tied a key through the eyelet. So, and then it goes down in there. Oh, it's so cute. And you can open it up like this when you're, it's really neat. So you guys probably get the you guys are funny. Okay, so you probably get that, right? That's easy. I don't have to make that, right? So just whatever, you should have a bunch of extra paper. I think I have like 2 whole sheets of paper left over in the kit, plus a bunch of scraps. So, and mine's like 8 pages. So 8 pages. It's all in the handout. So isn't that neat? Oh, and then you got a little hinge clip too. So you got a little hinge clip. So all the little leftovers that you have, you can like hinge clip them together. Put that down in there. You can journal on the back of them. Wouldn't that be neat? Some journaling. And then, oh, and there's another photo turn with a pen. And I just, for decoration. Oh, the tags. Oh, there are the tags. I was going to say, I clipped it to one of the tags. So there's 4 of these in the kit. And I just like pinned it to one of them. Just because I thought it looked neat. And those all go in the pocket too. And you can journal on that, put some pictures on it. And there's 4 of those. They're on the table somewhere. Oh, some of you, here they are. These came in the pack because these are like the Tim Holtz journaling tickets. They're in the shop too. But some of them have this little perforated edge on them. It's just like where they came out of the book, so you can just pull them out and put it in there. I know, isn't it awesome? Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. So that's it. The book is done. Done, done, done. My little gypsy girl. Oh, wait, actually, it's not. It's almost done. I gotta put some more seam binding on the edge here, and then it'll be done. Gotta have some seam binding, right? So you get a bunch left over, too. And I'll show you the next project if you want to see it. Say little bow. Cuteness, right? I know. Too stinking cute. Here's the other one. So this one looks like it got inked a little bit. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot to tell you. Once you get your book made, then you can go back, and because remember I was telling you in the beginning, this rub and buff is good for paper, metal. You can use it on anything. It doesn't know what it's going on, right? So you can just rub it along the edge. That's what I did for the whole book, is just kind of. Isn't that neat? Look at that effect. Isn't that awesome? And I'm telling you, a little dab goes a long ways. This comes in a bunch of different colors. I'm dying to try the patina. Deborah got that. Deborah, I don't know if Deborah's still on or not. I'm sure she is. Deborah, if you're out there, if you're listening, have you used the patina yet? Because I'm dying to know how it turned out. But you can just go around the book and do the whole thing like that. Do the edge here, the whole thing. Okay, now it's done. Oh, Deborah hadn't tried it yet. I didn't think you did. Deborah's hoarding that stuff. That's why Deborah and I get along so well. Oh, you guys like it. That makes me happy. Happy, happy, happy. Oh, remember I wanted to tell you? Oh, let's see. Someone purchased the instructions for the Spread Your Wings. The Spread Your Wings, the new mini album. I put up the date as being April the 1st because I thought I was going to have a problem getting the stickers that go in there because it said they weren't going to be in stock for another week. But it looks like they may be shipping in my order this week. So they will either be here April 1st or maybe even before. It looks like. I can't make any guarantees, but it's looking like I have two. I should give one away. Do you think so? Do you think I should give one away? I should give one away, right? Hint, hint. Alright, I'm going to give one away, but I'm going to do it on the blog tomorrow. So you guys have to see, you all will know because you watched the show. You know to go look at the blog tomorrow. Right? Does everybody know the blog address? blog.melissasamuels.net. You go to the blog tomorrow and we'll be giving it away. And you get extra points at winning if you were on USTREAM. Hint, hint, hint. Hey, I don't know about a car. I'm not Oprah. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Nikki's so awesome. I'm still thinking about that book she made me. It's so unbelievable. That'll be on the blog tomorrow, too. I'm going to put Nikki's book up. And the beautiful necklace, and the beautiful doll, and the whole box of goodies. She's so good to me. Okay, so go to the blog tomorrow. I will be doing a giveaway. I will give away one of my books. And there was something else. Oh, and scraps. I want to give away scraps, too. So whoever gets the books... Whoever wins the book, you have to take the scraps. I'm sorry. Ooh, the mermaid's going to France. That's awesome. Yes, this would be a perfect book for that. Okay, so let me show you while, let me see. Let me show you the next book. So, or the next class. Next class coming up is going to be a card class. It's going to be private. We're going to be doing 3 cards. We'll do this little pull-out tag card. We're doing this trifold card that looks like this, and the little easel card. I don't know if you can see it because of the angle of the camera. I have to push it down. But we'll do 3 cards. The kit is up in the store. I was taking pre-orders until today. Oops. My screen went blank there. It actually, all of the kits are out now. So if you ordered the kit, if you pre-ordered the kit, they have all been shipping in the last several days. And the last batch of them went out today. So you should have gotten your kit or a tracking notification that your kit is on its way, and you should have gotten an email for the private USTREAM, because I think it's going to be too hard to try and give measurements or not give measurements while I'm doing it. So to make it easy so that you can have measurements, I'm going to do the private USTREAM. Yay! Okay, so everybody got that? Okay. Alright, so that's private USTREAM means that only the people that purchase the kit can view the show. When you purchase your kit, I'll send out an email that has the link. There's a special link that you have to use, and you have to have a password. So I'll send you out the password. Yay, Barbara got hers. Woohoo! Awesome. Oh, yeah, and I had someone telling me, I don't know if this is someone that's on or not, they are going to get together with a girlfriend, and they're going to do this class together. So that's going to be so much fun. That's like an awesome way to do it, is get together with your girlfriends and have a little scrap party. These are not sold out because these haven't been released that long, so I don't have a ton of them, but they are now in stock, because they actually were supposed to just start shipping today, but I got everything in a little bit early, so everything is actually out. So all of the kits, if you ordered this, is on its way to you. There are some in the shop if you want to buy some. They are there until they sell out. And okay, and so that's the private one. And I'm only doing that because it makes it easier for everybody. I'm sorry. I like to make them so that everybody can come. But then this is the next mini album. Oh, the card class is April the 11th. So Monday, April 11th is the card class, and then this I think is April the 25th. Isn't this beautiful? I hope you can like get the full effect of it in the camera, because sometimes it doesn't pick up all the detail. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is probably one of my favorite albums I've done. I just absolutely love it. Oh, thanks. Now this one is on pre-order. It's supposed to ship around April 1st, so you can get your pre-orders in now, which means that you'll get first dibs at, you'll definitely get yours. So get those pre-orders in, and April 1st is the big day, and that's just a rough estimate. It all depends on when the product comes in, but it looks like everything's going to be in on time. Because actually most of the product for this book I already have. I'm just waiting on those stickers are giving me a bit of a pain. But it's got like little acrylic pages in there. It's got, we'll be making this little trinket here. It's got these craft pages. And it's got chipboard pages. It's got all kinds of good stuff. It's loaded full of goodies. So this one's fun. And it's a chipboard book. And we're going to cover it in burlap, and I mean you get a ton of stuff. If you go to the website, here I'll put the link up. If you go to melissasamuels.net, which is the website, the kits, you can see the link on the front page. to the listings, and it is absolutely, this is one of my favorite books. Yes, we like chunky minis. So yeah, if you go to the website, on the front page there's a link to the listing, and it tells you everything that's in the kit. There's a picture of what comes in the kit. So yes, Seven Gypsies paper fasteners. Yeah, that's what they are. Oh, and just a little note, that whenever, like, a lot of times people will pre-order the books, and it usually, the cycle, not always, but generally speaking, the cycle runs so that when I do a project, I'll have a pre-order period for 2 weeks, and then I'll ship them after that. They'll all come in stock, I'll ship them, and then you can order them until they're sold out. And usually that's like a month before the show. So that's usually how it works. If you've ordered something and you're in that 2-week period where you're waiting on your kit to come but it hasn't come yet, if stuff comes in the shop that you want to buy, you can by all means make up an order and just write me a note in the comment section that just say put this with my other order, and that'll let me know to that you have another order, and I'll ship it all together, and you won't get charged for extra shipping, so you'll only pay the shipping once. I'll just credit you, whatever unused shipping. Most of the time, there's usually no extra shipping, and if there is, it's usually $1 or $2, and if it's $1 or $2, I usually don't worry about it. So, but just to FYI, because I know a lot of people like to do that. It's just an easy thing to do. Okay, so now let me show you. So that's the book. I love that book. Okay, and I really don't think you have to go to the blog and look at it, or in the store. Yes, I do ship to Canada. I'm only shipping priority mail because I was shipping first class. With the first class, I can't do the pre-printed labels. I have to take it into the post office, and I've gotten to the point where I have entirely too many orders to do that, unfortunately, because I like to make it so that everybody has a chance to buy it, but it's just become too hard. So I'm only shipping priority, because priority I can print the label out and I don't have to stand in line at the post office. So that's why I do that. But yeah, priority mail. And the other reason why I do the priority is you get tracking with priority. With first class you don't get tracking, and it takes forever, and yeah, they should start shipping on the 1st, and if you go ahead and get your order in, the class is on the 25th. If you shouldn't have any problem at all getting it in plenty of time for the show. Oh, and let me show you, this hasn't gone up in the shop today because it just came in. It takes 2 to 3 weeks. Priority takes 2 to 3 weeks. Wow. It's a priority's supposed to, oh, okay, yeah, and that's the other reason first class mail it takes 2 to 3 weeks, and sometimes up to 4 weeks, and that's why I don't like it. I like the priority because it's 6 to 10 days, and it's usually, it doesn't usually take longer than that. So, and there's tracking. First class mail doesn't have tracking, so everybody likes to be able to see their package and where it's at, and if something's wrong, you can track it down and figure it out. So, yeah. And that's how the process works. So when you place an order, it'll be in pending, and then I'll take your payment when it ships, and you'll get a tracking notification, and it's really easy. It's a great process. It's easy. And then once it ships, if you get the handout, if you pay for the handout goes in the box. And I also send out a batch email to everyone saying, here's a link for the show, your packages, everybody's packages have shipped, and yeah. Yes, all the recordings, obviously sometimes there are technical issues, but barring any technical issues, the recordings should be up in the USTREAM show. This is not going to be a private show, so it's open to everyone, and it's to watch is free. It's just the kit, obviously you get all the product and you can do it along with me. But yeah, you can watch it anytime. You don't have to Only, you know, it's not only at that day on that time. Yes, in-person class is at the Glen Island Cultural Arts Center. Can't speak. Is April 15th. So I'm teaching this at the Cultural Arts Center, April 15th. Yeah, no, I try to do all, you know, I like it to be available to everybody, so I try and do the free shows. It's just that the folding cards, there's so many measurements, I think it would be entirely too confusing not to give the measurements out, and I don't think it's fair to the people that buy the kit to, you know, give the measurements to everybody. So that's why I do that, but this one will be free to everybody. So it'll be available. Anybody can watch it anytime. Just the private one, and that one folding card class is private. All right, so let me show you some of the product that came in today. It's not in the store yet because I just haven't had a chance to list it because it just literally just came in this afternoon. Okay, thanks, Kenzie. All right, Cynthia. Okay, so let me show you really quick. Okay, so the paper that book is made out of, it's called, what is it? Gabrielle. So I have the paper packs, and it's got the stickers, it's got the paper, it's got everything in there. So that's the paper that this book is made out of. And this will be available tomorrow. And here are the like chipboard stickers. Here's like regular cardstock stickers. Look at these. Oh my god, these are so cute. But these will go up in the shop tomorrow. So you can go back. Look how pretty. It's got these metal butterflies in there. Awesome. And then these brads. There's more metal butterflies. Aren't those cute? Yes, I'll have this at the class. So, not to worry. Isn't this cute? I know, isn't this beautiful? And then these are the noteworthy. These are the little note cards. Oh my gosh, and look at this. Is that not the cutest thing ever? So make sure you check with the shop tomorrow because all this will be listed up there tomorrow. I haven't had a chance to put it in yet, but it will go up tomorrow. I love this. And then and all of these are made by Bo Bunny. So that's the Gabrielle. And then the other Bo Bunny paper, the other one that they did is called Timepiece. And there's the paper pack, and here's the sticker. Here's the brads, the noteworthy. But look at this. Check this out. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is insane. Oh, see you later, Kelly. Everybody's got to go to work in the morning. Is the heart chipboard part of the album? Let's see. I'm not sure. What do you, oh, this. Oh, this little, the butterfly one? No. I know. Isn't that awesome? All this will be in the shop tomorrow. You showed a second ago. What did I miss here? What's the part? Was it the chipboard? This? The chipboard? Oh, the butterfly. Butterfly album? I wish the color was better in here too because you really can't see the papers, the blue greens. I mean, it's just, they're beautiful. These are glittered stickers. This is really nice stuff. I was really impressed with this collection. And this one too. This mini album is freaking amazing. And these stickers. So all of this will go up tomorrow, so make sure you check out the shop. And like I said, if you get any pre-orders, you can always add to your order. Is the album in? Oh no, no, that one's not in there. No, this thing is thick. That would look neat though. That's a good idea. But no, this one actually has tabbed chipboard pages. See, little tabbed pages. So yeah, that's a good idea though. That would be neat. I know Christy's thinking now, and she's got a project. Christy's amazing, the stuff she comes up with. Alright, so that's all my goodies I'm all excited about. I can't wait to get them in the shop. You probably can't wait for me to get them in the shop too, right? So they'll be in there tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I bet it is late in the UK. Thank you, Nikki, for joining me. It's so sweet of you to stay up so late. And thank you so much for my package. I can't tell you how much I love it. You're just so sweet. I was like in tears yesterday. I was such a dork. Okay, so yeah, Deborah's gonna be the first one up in the morning at the store, right, Deborah? Hmm. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Yeah, I was really impressed with that stuff. I got so excited when I saw it. I was really bummed out that it was just entirely too late to put it up when it came in. It's just online, and I am actually in Virginia, which you can probably tell from the accent. Somewhere south, right? Oh, thanks. I'm so glad. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I had a great time. It was a great project. Oh, thanks, Angel. Angel's still hanging in there. Deborah said, what accent? Thank you, Deborah. All right. Thank you, Christy. Thanks for joining me. All right, ladies. I think I'm going to get off of here. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Deborah. I'm the other Deborah. I'm so glad you joined me. It's good to see you or chat with you, or it was good seeing you the other day. Thanks, Aggie. Aw, thank you so much. That's so sweet. You guys are so nice. Thank you. Y'all are so good to me. Aw. Aw. Alright, you guys. Well, I'm going to get off here. It looks like some of you are signing off, so I am going to scoot. But thank you all so much for joining me. I had a great time, and I look forward to seeing you. If you sign up for the cards, that'll be April 1st. If not, I will see you on April 25th on USTREAM. So, alright, Deborah. I know you'll like whip out like 5 or 6 of them over the weekend. Hmm. Alright, well thank you all so much, and I will talk to you later.